One second. What up, people? It's your boy, the host with the most. I do not brag or boast. I'm coming to you guys live from coast to coast. It's your boy. I'm Chris the Don One, the official place where you can get all what you need. Rate, comment, subscribe. Share this with your friends, family, as well as your followers. If you want to further support the channel, hit the join membership button, because we all know membership has its privileges. When you come in the building, hit the like button. When you come in the building, hit the like button. Now you're probably wondering, where's my boy at? Where's my boy at? Appreciate those likes. Appreciate them likes. Ta-da! Your boy's here. All right? So, got another live for you. All right? I got a question. And it's serious as cancer. All right? I'm just minding my business on TikTok. It don't stop. You know, TikTok is a great source of watching entertainment, quick, fast, in a hurry, particularly like when you're on a break or when you're on lunch or when you're out and about. You want to, you want to do something wisely with your time. I just go on TikTok and they be having popular themes on TikTok, all right? So like I said, I'm minding my business, watching TikTok in the middle of nowhere. Well, I knew where I was at, but, Anywho, so I'm watching TikTok, and this video comes up. I don't know if this was something recommended. I definitely do know I was not searching for this, but it was a lady, and she was talking about Trump's big, beautiful bill, and how the big, beautiful bill, it's got like a lot of things in this bill that people were not expecting. First and foremost, Trump promised everyone, including myself, that there would be no tax on overtime. But there's a little stipulation. There is no tax on overtime, but it's like a little stipulation. It wasn't what people thought Trump was selling us on no overtime. So there is a tax on overtime over a certain amount. But, what can you do about it? Trump's the president. The bill is in effect. I mean, unless you're planning on going to another country, it's something you're going to have to deal with. All right? He promised us a lot of things we didn't get, but that's any politician. It's just not Trump. It's any politician. That's neither here nor there, okay? When that time came and gone, we talked about it. Really ain't nothing we can do about it. We can be frustrated about it, but it is what it is at the end of the day, right? Right? Okay? So, this lady on TikTok talked about also in this big, beautiful bill, there is some verbiage about Section 8. Apparently, they're going to cut Section 8, possibly get rid of Section 8, but that wasn't the main course of this video. She talked about how welfare, like EBT funding, is going to be cut as well, and there's going to be stipulations in it. And she talked about, and she was in the car, and she was talking about how she don't know what to do if they cut the EBT funding. What she's going to do. How she's going to survive. What about her kids? What they going to do? And it was pretty sad. You can't watch that video without having some sympathy for the lady. And then when I looked at the video, I noticed there was other videos as well. And there's like various different women from various different parts of the country talking about the Section 8 situation, also talking about, EBT funding. They also talked about the limit you can be on welfare. It's like a 2 year, you can only be on it for 2 years, and then after that, you're on your own. Technically, that's what welfare was supposed to be, back in the day. It was supposed to be like a stepping stone. It's supposed to be something where you're down on your luck. The government will help you get out from being down on your luck. And, you find a good job, pays decent to very well, and you're no longer on welfare. Now, and during the beginning, how they utilize welfare has evolved into people being on welfare for like the rest of their lives. All right, just having babies having babies. You understand what I'm saying? So now, Trump, with you had to not be fully aware of what Trump was doing, because he got rid of a lot of government jobs. There's a lot of people that worked in the government. They no longer work in the government. These tariffs are having an impact on us making money outside of the USA. So I don't understand why people who are in these situations did not see this coming, but that's neither here nor there. That's none of my business, okay? Maybe they're not fully, fluently aware of this is a new day. Trump is commander-in-chief, and he's getting rid of all of these programs, getting rid of all of these jobs, and the spending, okay? So, yeah, I'm watching the videos, various different women from various different parts of the world, basically, in essence, in the video, asking us. That's how I'm approaching it, because when you say you don't know what you're doing, you don't know what to do, you don't have any guidance, you're trying to figure things out. When you direct the video that way, then you're asking for people's opinion, all right? And to that I say this, to all the women out there who are in these situations, who recently found out, or if they're well aware, they already know about this, they're in a state where, a state of conclusion or thought, what am I going to do? They're going to cut welfare. They're going to put a time limit on welfare. And as of right now, I don't know what to do for those women that are in that mindset. To the women that's on TikTok that's generating these videos, asking people, common folk people, what should we do? What should I do? What should I do? For all you women out there that's asking this question, I have an answer. I have a solution. But before I tell you my answer, and before I tell you my solution, I kind of want to put a public service warning out there. When you tell people the honest gospel truth, they're not going to take it well. Okay? Hey, what's up? How you living, bro? Glad you came to the live. Don't forget to hit the like button. You did hit the like button. I really do appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. All right? Okay, cool. So, for all those women, and I'm pretty sure men are out there, you're asking this age-old question on social media, or you find yourself in this situation, and you're looking up at the heavens and the sky, you're asking the Lord, the Savior, Jesus Christ, what should I do? I just got this news that they're going to put a time limit on welfare. I just got this news that Trump is going to slash government spending on welfare. What should I do? Okay, I have the answer. Okay, now, Again, putting the warning out there. It may not be the answer that you're looking for, but it is an answer, and you did ask. Okay. How about doing what the rest of us has been doing for quite some time now, and get a job? Yes, you get a job. If you able-bodied, get a job. Even it doesn't matter how old or young you are, you can get some type of work. Because there's a lot of articles out there that says that unemployment is on an all-time high. There's a lot of jobs out there that need people. Okay? So if you are in your house and you just got this news, or you recently got this news about Trump slashing welfare, putting a time limit on being on welfare, I got a suggestion. It's just a suggestion. Don't take it harsh. It's not criticism. Go out there and get a job. Now, there's going to be some people that welfare is needed for them. Maybe they're not able-bodied. Maybe they have some health complications. Maybe it's because of their age. Maybe it's because of their mental capabilities. All right? Maybe, there's a reason why they don't have a job. Okay? I'm not talking about those people. I'm not talking about the people that are older, which, them getting a job now. If you're 60 and 70, if you want a job, great, but it's really not optional for them either. But to the rest of us, which is the majority of us, I'm assuming, that finds themselves in this situation that was under government assistance a year ago. Now you find out that they're going to put a time limit on it. They're slashing the funding, and you're asking, why? What should I do, Lord? What should I do, Lord? What should I do in the TikTok universe? What should I do in the social media space? I'm asking, I'm begging someone give me the answer. I got the answer. Get a job. It's not that hard to get a job. Everybody is hiring everywhere. Everywhere? Everywhere. Okay? And a job is a job, first and foremost. Let me get you squared away. Okay? Because this will probably be your first job in ever. You've been under government assistance since you was a teenager. It's been a many moons since you've been under government assistance. You probably never had a job before. And now you find yourself in a situation where you're going to need a job. Let me get your mindset right. Let me get you right. Okay, this is me and you. You got to get into the mindset that you got the only person that's going to get you out of this situation is yourself. Now, there's going to be a lot of people out there that's going to say, okay, you've been on welfare since you was 19 and you 35, and now you find yourself, you're going to have to find looking for a job. You're going to have some people out there that's not going to speak very highly of you. And they're going to say things like, well, what did you do with the money? Like, you didn't save the money, you didn't invest the money, what was going on with your spending habits, okay? You're going to have some people out there going to ask you this. Women, you're going to have some people, you're going to have men and women are going to be on you the most, okay? When you have the built-in excuse of, well, I have kids. I got 3 kids. I got 4 kids. I got 7 kids. 7 kids, that's a lot of kids, okay? And you're going to have the built-in argument, well, if I get a job now, who's going to take care of my kids? Daycare is super expensive. You're going to have people in your comment section or just out and about saying, well, that's, that's your loss. You should have thought about that when you had all these kids. Even though we get the answer for that, that don't necessarily mean that solves their problem. Somebody still got to take care of their kids. So to me, I'm going to get you in the right mindset. You got parents, you got grandparents, you got aunties, you got uncles, I'm pretty sure you got some older people that you probably never talked to since your time under welfare. And I'm pretty sure when you was living it up, these aunties, these uncles, these older cousins came to you and said, hey, I'm down on my luck right now. Can I borrow some money from you? And you probably did not help them in their time of need. These same people who are working probably walked up to you and said, hey, can you watch my kids, for this one time only? Can you do your boy a solid? Can you do your boy a favor? Can you do your girl a favor? And you probably said no, because when you think about it, you really didn't need to do none of that stuff, okay? Because you were just living it up. You're going to have some people that in your own family, in your own community, that were really resentful towards you, because while they was out going to their jobs that they're probably not happy about going to, you was just in the house or sitting on the corner or sitting on your porch as they was going to their jobs. And when they came back, it seemed like you never moved from that spot. And they probably looking at you going like, God damn it, I done spent 8, 9, 10 hours at my job. And she or he is still standing on their porch or still standing on the corner. All right? So they're going to be very resentful of your situation. And they're probably not going to have any sympathy for you when you find yourself in this situation. But you're probably going to have to be a man about it, be a woman about it, ask your family, your distant cousins, hey, can y'all do me a favor? Can you watch my kids? And you probably got some badass kids. You probably got some baby kids that, you probably let them do what they want to do. All right? I hope that's not the case. But if that is the case, there's probably going to have to be some serious adjustments and some serious conversations with your kids about the current situation that you're in and what that means for your kids. Okay? Now, got that on out of the way. Now, let's just say hypothetically, you found someone that's going to take care of your badass kids, and you told your badass kids, so-and-so is going to get you from school, so-and-so is going to watch you while I'm at work. And you need to be on your very best behavior. And let's just say, hypothetically, your kids understand and they're working with you with their badass behavior. All right? You find a job. All right? First day at the job. You're going to be experiencing some things you have never experienced probably in your life, or you haven't experienced at all, or you probably experienced it 5 years ago, 10 years ago when you had to get a job just to stay qualified, and then once you got qualified, you quit that job. Okay? So here are some things you're going to have to deal with until your body gets adjusted to working, or your mindset adjusted to working. First and foremost, a boss. You never had a boss. Well, you probably did have a boss, your social service worker, but technically they're not a boss. And they're going to, they got to have a job as well. So as long as you're on welfare, they're going to continue to have a job. So it was like a hand-in-hand situation. You helping the social worker out, and the social worker's helping you out. So technically, that's not a boss. So you're going to have an actual boss. Now, this boss is not going to care about your personal things that you're going through outside of the workplace. So don't bring all of your drama, all of your personal struggles, in the workplace because your boss got personal struggles that he or she's going through. Your co-workers got personal struggles that they're going through, and they don't want to hear it. Because guess what? Your boss doesn't want to be there at work. Your co-workers don't want to be there at work. You want to know why? Because if either one of them win the multi-million-dollar lottery, they're quitting that very same day. Your boss as well as your coworkers. Nobody wants to be there. All right? Nobody wants to be there, and nobody wants to hear somebody who hasn't been there long enough complain about being there. So mum's the word at your newfound life of working. Zip it. Nobody want to hear your problems. Okay? Because they got problems of their own, and they've been doing it a lot bit longer than you. All right? So mum's the word, you know. 2, you're going to have to get use of a schedule. I know. It was good when you was on welfare, and you can wake up whenever you want to, you can go to sleep whenever you want to, you can hang out whenever you want to, you had the weekends off, you had the holidays off, you had your birthday off, you had your kids' birthdays off, you had your folks' birthdays off, you was going to all the picnics and functions, all the free functions. Life was good till you got this news. Now you at work. The chances of you having a major holiday off is slim to none. The chances of you having your birthday off is slim to none. So you're going to have to get into the mindset, those days that you was accustomed to enjoying yourself, you may not be in the situation where you're going to have all of those days when you get to have fun. Definitely not having weekends off. All right? So you're going to have to get into the mindset like, hey, look, this is a job. The only way I can pay my bills is me going to work and following my schedule. Okay? And again, do not talk to your newfound co-workers or your management like, man, when I was on welfare, I didn't have to go through none of this stuff. Now, since I got to work, man, this is a struggle. How did y'all do all this? You mean y'all worked every day, every single day on y'all schedule? Y'all never once thought about quitting or calling out, okay? So, I'm just here to tell you, mum's the word. Nobody want to hear about what you just now experiencing, because there's some people at your workplace that's been working there 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, hell, 5 years. You know, this is a routine for them. This is all routine. And you're going to find out real fast and real quick, you're part of the routine. Okay? So, you know, so we covered the waking up and all that, the boss and the workplace. Look, work is not supposed to be fun. It can be fun, but it's not supposed to be fun. And I'm going to tell you another thing. Working is an up and down roller coaster, but there's more lows than highs. You're going to have some days at work where you feel good, life is good, and then you're going to have days at work where you like, damn, I got to go to work again. Damn, I got to deal with these customers. Damn, I got to deal with my co-workers. Damn, I hate seeing my boss. You're going to have a filter from your mouth, and you have to forget real quick when things tick you off or piss you off. It is what it is. What can you do? What literally you can do? Can't go back to welfare. Your time is up on welfare, and they're cutting the spending on welfare. All right? So yeah, I'm trying to get y'all in the right mindset. Okay? Trying to get y'all guys in the right mindset in your newfound discovery of working. Working is not optional. I feel like really now the only people that don't really have to work is, if you are the Rockefellers or the Carters, if you this wealthy family and their parents are not putting any pressure on their kids to work, you can probably, not work for the rest of your life. But the days of living off welfare 30, 40, 50 or for the rest of your life, those days are over with until we get some new people in charge. And based on, look, let's say hypothetically, Biden gets reelected and he becomes our next commander-in-chief. I think a lot of these changes Trump made are not going to be it's not going to be changed anytime soon. So if you're waiting for Trump to leave and the Republican Party to leave and hoping and praying that they're going to make it go back to the old, I don't think a lot of this stuff is going back. Like living off welfare. I think the Democratic Party wanted to do that, but they was more sympathetic and allowing people extensions and things of that nature, and they didn't mind taking a hit now for the greater good of you continuing to vote for the Democratic Party. It's a give or take. I think a lot of these things are not going to change anytime soon. Even when Trump leaves, these things are not changing anytime soon or soon after Trump's over with. I think politicians on both sides have been wanting to do this for a long time. But the Democratic Party, they were slowly peeling off the Band-Aid. And Trump and his people just went on and peeled that damn Band-Aid off. They don't care if you went, ooh, that hurt. What you doing? Have pity. That hurt. They don't care. They're just ripping that mug off. It is what it is. So yeah, that's my public service recommendation for all you people out there that's been on TikTok. I haven't seen a lot of people do a lot of YouTube shorts on this, but I have seen videos of content creators talking about this and showing clips, I guess, from TikTok. A lot of you people out there are not happy with the current situation that you find yourself in, but hey, it is what it is. Anywho, that's all I wanted to talk about. That's basically all I wanted to talk about. Appreciate everyone coming into the building. Appreciate a lot of you guys hitting the like button. I'll see you guys later. Deuces. I hope this advice helps you. I'm not trying to troll you. I'm not trying to disrespect you. I'm trying to say in a humorous, friendly way, things ain't gonna always be the same. So yeah, I'll talk to you guys later. Deuces. See you. Wouldn't want to be, particularly if you under those government services. I definitely don't want to be none of you guys. All right, deuces.